Good morning and welcome to Fort Zeller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful weekend, a long weekend. Today is Tuesday, October 12th, 2021, and we are back to a day one. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to participate in the Mindful Minute. The Mindful Minute is a good way to get yourself, yes, as you know by now, arrive here in the now, in the present moment, to practice presence, as I often will share with grown-ups. It means to be aware and to observe and practice gratitude, being thankful for the things that are right here in front of us that we might forget to be thankful for, like breathing, being able to breathe, or like noticing little things that might have just passed us by. So let's go ahead and do that. Get yourself settled, notice where your body is, notice your environment, and use your eyes and just scan your environment and find something interesting or not, but something that catches your eyes and study it. Look at it, notice what it is, identify it, know the colors, the shadows, its size, and things like that. Then with your nose, take a breath in, take a breath out. What do you smell? You see, I'm sitting in my own house right now, and I can smell a meal being cooked downstairs in the kitchen. That's pretty obvious. Now, when you're in the classroom, your sense of smell, you might have to work for it. You might have to really think about what it is that you are sensing with that sense of smell. With your skin, feel your clothing, the air. Notice what your skin feels with your sense of touch. And then pause and listen. What do you hear with your ears? I could hear the motor in my computer quietly running. I just heard a car quietly driving right by my house. You see, those are little sounds that I would not have really picked up on because my mind was not paying attention. All right, now for the breathing part. I want you to choose one of three breathing techniques we've already practiced. There's the breathing in and counting to the count of 4 or 5, holding it, and breathing out nice and slowly. Or you can use the smelling of the flower and the blowing or the flickering of the candle. Or you can use the hot cocoa method. Okay? Choose one of those, and throughout your entire classroom, everyone might be using a different breathing technique. I'm going to use the smelling of the flower. You can choose one of the others, or you could follow along with me. Here we go. Get yourself settled. Notice how your body is being supported by your chair. And go ahead and take that first breath in. Fill that belly full of air. If you're able to, you can put your other hand on your belly and just feel it. And then lower it and blow out, letting your shoulders relax and your body settle into your chair. Go ahead and breathe in. Go ahead and breathe out. Breathe in. And even slower, breathe out. Very good. Go ahead and breathe in again. Notice how your body feels as that cool air enters in through your body, flowing through all of it. And notice that moment when you stop breathing in and then pause before you breathe out. Notice that warm air coming out through your mouth. Notice your body once again and how it feels as you exhale. Go ahead and breathe in again. And breathe out. Now in a moment, you'll hear a bell or chime. Listen to it as it gets quieter and quieter. And when you can't hear it anymore, you may then open your eyes and awaken to the world that is around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort where you are loved, where you are cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Now, whether you have a great day or not, that's ultimately your choice. So choose wisely, work at it, and enjoy the rewards. At this moment, please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Go ahead and take a seat. I want to thank you for joining me in this Mindful Minute. It's always good to have you be a part of this practice. It's good for you and it's good for all of us as a school. Don't forget, we have 3 expectations here at the school. Number 1, show that you are respectful towards others as well as to yourself. Yeah, like I said, do things that make you proud, even when nobody else is looking. Show that self-control, right? Also show that you are responsible. That's our second B. Be responsible for your own belongings, your own body, the words that come out of your mouth, how you use your hands, how you use your feet. All of those things, everything that I just mentioned, you can use them for harmful and hurtful ways, or you can use them for helpful ways. Choose to be a superhero in somebody's life today. When somebody else goes home and they talk around the dinner table or they talk to somebody about how their day went, I hope that when they come around to talking about you, that they describe you as helpful, like a superhero. We honestly have a chance to be a superhero in somebody's life today. You just have to choose to be that. And finally, the third B is to be ready to learn. I've always said this. I'll continue to say it. Learning is hard. I know you're at school to learn, and school sometimes feels like it should be about fun, and it really ought to be, because learning can be fun, but it's the kind of fun where you are, tackling a challenge. And when you achieve that challenge, you might say it's fun, right? So be interested in the things that you're learning. It's not going to come easy, but give it a shot. Do your best. Never give up. And every time you don't give up, you are practicing that readiness to learn. And I'm proud of you guys because I've seen a lot of you do that already. Last but not least, or second to last but not least, we also have our character trait for the month. This month, we're focusing on self-control. I already talked about it with responsibility. There are times when we want to do things that we shouldn't do, right? When you're angry, you may want to push somebody. You may want to flick somebody. You may want to pinch somebody. But can you stop yourself and then put your hands back? You may want to say some hurtful words, but can you stop yourself and not let those words come out of your mouth, right? Those are those moments. And sometimes what helps is just taking a breath for yourself. That's it. You don't even have to brag about it. Just take a breath and practice that self-control. Last but not least, I want you to know, and this is super important, everyone should know because I love you, and I think you ought to hear this. I love you just the way you are. I love how different you are, how unique you are, how singularly important you are to our school. And without your school, without you, our school wouldn't be the same. And I don't think we'd be as good. So that's how important you are. That's why I say I love you just the way you are. I challenge you to find someone else, a student, a grown-up, maybe someone at home, and tell them, I love you just the way you are. Because let's face it, when somebody says that to you, it feels great. And when you say it to somebody else, they feel awesome too. Have a great Tuesday, everybody.